Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. We're on a great day. Today is the day we are doing a full breakdown of the garage, a garage tour. We have 3 crazy super vehicles in total, including a super truck and then 2 super track cars. Yeah, this is like the dream setup in my opinion. Finally, we're doing a breakdown to go over how much it all really costs, and it's quite expensive, and we're gonna find out right now. Okay, so for a quick breakdown of how much these cars are going for. First off, let's kick it off with the McLaren 600 LT. This is a car that started so much for me, a whole new chapter in my life. It got me into the supercar realm. This is the car that took everything to the next level, and I got so fast in it. The experience is beyond driver focused, and I learned so much about how to go fast. The dynamics of a real drive, super lightweight, sub 3,000 pound, high horsepower vehicle. It came together beyond amazing. I think altogether I've had no issues with this car really, and to this day, after having it for almost, is it 3 years now, it's been trouble-free. I can't say enough good things about this car. The carbon fiber tub with it, you can feel everything, all the feedback on the road. The maintenance to own is cheaper to run than the Z06 by a long shot. The tire costs are like half the price of the Z06, and I go through less of them in total. I've gone through like 4 sets of Z06 tires in like 3 months. I've been running on these for a year now. The same tires I got my Laguna Seca personal lap record with. And one major difference is I have steel brakes, racing brakes, and they last so long. I have no issues about extreme costs for running this car. I haven't changed brake pads in like 10 track days, and the rotors still the exact same I put on 2 years ago. I think that's when I first got the car. The wear factor, I mean, these are the same tires I ran my fastest ever lap times at Laguna Seca with. I went to Chuck Waller Raceway with these tires, driven on them for like a year. They've been amazing in every single way. This car is a dream car when it comes to maintenance and the wear of consumables because it's just so light. Weighing less than 3,000 pounds, you're never going to really see a car like this ever again in the future because everything's going hybrid or electric. You have all this carbon fiber everywhere. This is painted carbon fiber right now, but the entire car uses so much carbon, and then has the carbon fiber tub, which you can see right here, opening up the vertical doors. And the coolest part about this car, or one of the coolest parts, I'm so happy I got the satin carbon fiber door sill. Look how amazing this looks, and it is wrapped in a matte or satin PPF. I think the satin carbon works and looks so good with papaya spark, my favorite all-time color for McLaren. The flakes that you see with it is just amazing. Then the logo of 600 LT on top is just perfectly blended in, and I love it. Also, moving forward, the Senna seats. This was the first offering that McLaren had other than the Senna that uses these seats, and I will forever call them Senna seats because, hey, they are directly out of the $1 million McLaren Senna, and they feature exposed carbon fiber finish and matte. This car is so light because you don't have floor mats. It's just exposed carbon fiber. That's the carbon fiber tub way down there. This entire car just screams handcrafted. Not only that, it came from the factory with a roll bar assembly for the racetrack, and then harnesses again out of the Senna. Then out back, the vertical exhaust pipes that shoot flames out to here. We've got some crazy flames. I'll flip over to the remix right now. You can actually still see the engine, and maintenance is very easy. Open up these 2 caps, you can see the oil entrance to pour more oil in, and then you have the engine block way up here. Altogether, for go off what these are usually going for right now, this is about $250,000. Then to the right, we have the all-new Ford Raptor R. Now, if you've been following the channel recently, I first got this truck about a month ago, and I drove it all the way back from Wisconsin. Great guys, Middleton Ford, got us the allocation, and I'm so happy they did because the way it drives, this is a super truck in every single way. 700 horsepower, the most powerful, well, actually the second most powerful truck that money can buy. You have the Dodge TRX, which has got, I think, 2 more horsepower than this, which is really funny how close they come together, right? But I've always been a big fan of the Raptor, and I got this because I wanted to try something new, but also I wanted to get a proper hauler to get the race cars to the racetrack. I didn't really have that, and now we can do it in style, right? But overall, for a quick rundown, this engine is straight out of the Ford Mustang GT500 and the carbon fiber trackback, 700 horsepower. In this model, those Mustangs have 760 horsepower, so a big difference with the power output. However, this has got more torque. they have retuned the engine, the block, to produce more torque for a truck off-road application. And you know what's the funniest thing with this truck? It's got more horsepower than the McLaren and the Corvette Z06. Can you believe the truck out of the collection has the most amount of horsepower? 670 for the Corvette again, 592 for the McLaren, but the McLaren puts down right around 592 to the wheel. It's got the best power to weight ratio, accelerates the fastest. Corvette does put down more power to the wheel. We were the first to dyno it, 610 wheel horsepower, but then it weighs more, so it's not as fast as the McLaren. And this obviously has the most horsepower, but it weighs the most. 5,000 pounds or so, right? So it is the slowest accelerating. However, I think the launch on this with all-wheel drive, hey, it's just unreal. It'll take down a lot of super vehicles, or a lot of vehicles that have a lot of horsepower that are muscle cars, if you know what I'm talking about. Don't you love the Easter eggs, by the way, of 88888 everywhere? There's just 8s everywhere. Retail on these, I think I just saw one of these sell for $160. So that's a good amount over sticker. Good thing I'm not a flipper, because I enjoy them, and I think all of you guys should try to get one and enjoy it. If you add those two together, yeah, it's adding up. And finally, for the second latest acquisition, the Corvette Z06, the world's first delivery for a Z06. We got it. I got the custom spec it out with the carbon fiber wheels, the yellow brakes, and the yellow accents all throughout. It reminded me of like Ferraris, and I wanted to create a spec that was almost based off the Ferrari combo and do it in American style, because this is the car I think Ferrari would wish or dream they can make in today's time, because of 670 horsepower, again, all motor. That blows the 458s in them out of the park, doesn't it? And then you have cooling for non-stop track days, an immense amount of downforce, way more tire than a standard Stingray. The package came together as a street-legal GTLM car or IMSA car. The car hasn't had really any issues. It's just very expensive to run on the racetrack because the tires are so wide. I think coming out of the C8 Stingray, this car is night and day faster in every single way. It doesn't even feel like the same kind of car. It's like getting out of a 570S and into the 600 LT. It's totally different. Speaking about values, this is going for around 250, right? 160-ish. And then this car, I think, is going for the most out of them all. Like this is going for more than the 600 LT. They're selling for almost 100,000, if not 100,000 over sticker for a Z07 equipped version. The value for this car is right around $280,000+ from all of what I found, all the data analysis I've seen online. This is going for almost $300,000, which is the MSRP to my 600 LT, believe it or not. This has got every single carbon fiber option you can actually spec for a Z06. Let me open up the interior. This was one option that I was kind of stunned when I first saw it, because it looks so good. And for a first now, for Corvette, you can get these speakers in black. I would definitely do that, because when you opt for the black package, you get black all over through the dashboard. You have carbon fiber on the steering wheel. I would always opt for that if you can. To the far right, you have an Accelerate yellow painted stripe, then the yellow stitching everywhere else through the interior. This center panel is one big piece of carbon on the outside, a small cup holder lid of carbon fiber in the middle. It even floats. So if I zoom in up here, what do you notice in the dashboard? See that shiny gloss reflection? That is actually carbon fiber. You have the carbon fiber that floats over the panels. I think the best way to see it is right here. When the door closes, this wraps around the leather, I think it's Napa leather, and then it connects to this underlaying piece, and yeah, that's a lot of carbon fiber. I think that's why it costs $5,000. Don't get me wrong, that's so much money. It really is. Overall, 280 plus 160. You're looking at 440. You look at the 600 LT at 250. So right around $700,000 is, I think, the market value of the collection, and that is insane. You can buy almost a brand new house out here in California for that. Actually, you can definitely buy a brand new house in California for that, depending on where you go. Everything is getting super expensive out here. It really is. It's like a little shed, could be $1 million. It's unreal. I'd take these and even another one with the collection. Wouldn't you? Let me know. What are your priorities in life? Okay, these are my priorities, and I think they're really good priorities, especially when you run them, when you race them on the racetrack, which is the main intention and the use of these cars altogether. This is the ultimate dream collection, I think, in my honest opinion right now. Well, what's really better on the market? What would you suggest in this moment? Handcrafted by Mike Ward. Great job, man, on the engine. You have an actual trunk in this car and a frunk. In the McLaren, you just don't have that. One really funny part too is that the Corvette is actually a convertible. I can take off the target top, snap it to the back, and then I have a top-down experience. Which would you rather have? Carbon fiber wheels from Australia or custom super lightweight wheels from McLaren in Surrey, England? This car doesn't need the super wide tires because it's got a low curb weight, so you need a wider contact patch, I think, to really handle more weight. The Z06 is able to use that contact patch, put it to great use. The mechanical grip is just insane. Also, look at this. Look how much bigger the intakes are with the Corvette. I mean, you'll never get this thing to overheat, will you? Let's even go to the front. Even the low temp radiators, you have so many areas for cooling. Right here in the middle, right here on the side, 2 brake ducts right there in the middle. The McLaren is sleek, it's clean. You have a low temp radiator inside, each side actually. A clean, beautiful body line on the fender. You have these panels that divert air outwards and around the front wheels for extra slippery effect, maybe? Downforce? Then the air channels through the door all the way to this intake, which is actually larger than a standard 570S. Down below, more air funneling throughout the car. It picks up rocks sometimes, as you can see right here. I don't want that. And this all produces a beautiful downforce effect, even relieving high pressure air behind the rear tires. Then you have a racing diffuser down below. Yeah, it is a beautiful car, and it's going to go down in history, I think, as one of the greatest McLarens ever made. So in summary, we will never see a lightweight car like this ever again, probably. We'll never really see a high horsepower supercharged pickup truck anymore, because I know Ford's kind of going against that with the standard Raptors. They were EcoBoost, right? 700 horsepower, last of a generation all gas McLaren, and finally a last of a generation naturally aspirated flat plane crank V8. So in summary, the best way I can explain these vehicles, this is like the high downforce naturally aspirated supercar that sounds like a 458 Special. This car to my left is basically the lightweight track car, the most agile experience possible for a race car, track car. You want something that's light. And then finally, if you want something that is just unlike anything else on the market, that is a utility vehicle, right? Meant to take these vehicles to and from the racetrack, which we're going to be doing ASAP in a few days. This truck is a dream vehicle because it won't go down in value, and it's got 700 horsepower again. One quick thing, what do you notice with the papaya spark of the McLaren and the torch red of the Corvette Z06? If you were to blend this car together with this car, the paint color, what would you get? Okay, backing up, I think you would definitely get the code orange from the Ford Raptor R, wouldn't you? All right, let's see what it sounds like having that much horsepower. Which one sounds the best? Lock it first, then hit the double. Throaty and amazing. Too bad I can't do the double start and then rev button feature the new Dark Horse has, where you double hit, unlock, then lock, and then it'll rev again. See, it's not working. The new Mustang, hit unlock, lock, it'll rev. This won't do that. That is done. Let me switch keys. And then, alrighty, got the next key. Let's see what the Corvette sounds like, shall we? Hit the lock button, same thing. Double hit the start button. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, that sounds like an exotic car for sure. Let me know which one sounds better so far. Let's wrap it up with the McLaren, and then turn it off. I'll play a clip of this thing on track just so you can get the full experience that I can't recreate right now in this parking lot. Now lastly, here is the McLaren key, and it is fully paint matched, by the way, orange on orange, right? But then flipping it over, I can't do a push button start, which, hey, I don't mind. It's not a big deal. Let me go ahead and get the camera ready to go, but let me unlock it first. You gotta love a paint matched key. Ha! Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this full collection breakdown. You know what we'll do in the future? I want to find out how much money we've spent on actually tracking these vehicles, maintaining them, because I've never done that. Gas is very expensive too in California. Let's do that. Let's do that next. Let me know what your collection is like. List them down below. I want to hear what you have in your garage. You have a Corvette collection, a McLaren collection, a Lamborghini collection. Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see all of you guys in the next episode.